What is going on, guys? This is Wade here with Tongues Cat Gaming Sports, and we are back with our Crunch Time Sports podcast. If you don't remember, last episode, we've been doing mock drafts for fantasy baseball, and we finally had our real draft with my friends. We had a great time. Of course, it was Sunday night, and we had a big roster. It was a 30-man roster. Usually it's only like 23-ish, 24-ish, but we did expand it a little bit just in case of coronavirus problems and concerns. So before we get in, make sure you smash that thumbs up button, subscribe if you haven't already. And my friends, please, in the comments if you would, trash talk. Let me know what you think of the grades. I've given y'all all your grades you need. And of course, you don't have to put it in the YouTube comments, but I would like to see it just because we could keep a record of it. You can text me. It doesn't matter, but I would prefer it to be in the comments of the YouTubes. So, other than that, as you can see, we can kick it off. And Mike Trout, shocker, went 3 overall. Don't think anyone really saw that. I don't blame you, though. I personally would take Mike Trout at number 1, Yelich at 2, and then Acuna at 3. But, of course, Acuna, then Yelich, then Mike Trout. So, we will jump to my team, and we'll go over them real quick once again, just so you can see how everything is. So, I got my catcher, Yadier Molina, Miguel Cabrera, Jeff McNeil playing second base, Andy Diaz at third base, Mondesi shortstop, Elvis second base / shortstop, Jose Abreu first / third baseman. My outfielders, Starling Marte, Chris Bryant, who I did move to outfield. He is a third baseman, but I prefer him in the outfield spot because it makes my outfielding look better too. Aaron Judge, Lo Cain, and David Peralta. I will move Freddie Freeman into the... he's not on the IL anymore. He's actually playing. I'm assuming he's going to play in Friday's game. I don't know how to keep watching, but he has been playing. Josh Reddick, Lewis Robert, Joe Adele, Carter Kieboom, Shogo Akayama, and Asdrubal Cabrera for my batters. And then, as I said, as you can see, we have 5 IL spots and then, a big bench. And then starting pitchings, I got DeGrom, Max Scherzer, Yu Darvish, Lance McCullers, Kyle Hendricks, Sean Manaea, Rich Hill, Dustin May as the relief man, then Zach Davies and Dakota Hudson. I must say I am really, really happy with this team. I pretty much... There were a couple of people who I wanted and they got sniped, of course. Nothing you can do about that. But I had a couple mock drafts and I love this team a lot more than the mock draft teams I have been doing. So I am very excited about this. How well will they do this year? I have no idea because we only have 60 games. If it was a normal 162 game season, I think I'd have a great shot to battle for the championship. I love my starting pitching. At least DeGrom, Max Scherzer. Lance McCullers looked great, so I am really happy about that. Maybe I might look to trade one of my Cubs pitchers because I didn't, at the time, I wasn't planning on trying to take 2 Cubs pitchers, but I did. So I might look to trade one of them. Maybe I'll trade one of my Diamondback outfielders, David Peralta or Starling Marte, maybe. I don't know, but for now, I do really like this team, and I think I'll give them a B+. My infield right here with Adalberto Mondesi and Elvis Andrus could be a little bit better, a little bit beefier if I did get, maybe a better shortstop. I do like my first baseman, assuming Freddie Freeman is healthy. My outfield, I do like my outfield. I wouldn't mind one more starting pitcher that could just lock down that rotation a little bit. Because Yu Darvish, he did struggle last year the first half of the season, but the second half he did great. So that is a little risky. Kyle Hendricks, he's getting up there in age. So you never know when the wheels might fall off the cliff. But other than that, I do like this team. I give them a B+. So now let's go to swangin' and bangin'. We'll look at Tyler's team. And he's got Mitch Garver as his catcher. Jock Peterson playing first. Kevin Biggio. Alex Bregman and Carlos Correa. Nice little tandem right there, Astros tandem, if Carlos Correa stays healthy, of course. Tim Anderson, Josh Donaldson, and then J.D. Martinez, Bryce Harper, Nick Castellanos, Andrew Benintendi, and Teoscar Hernandez to round out his outfield. Util spots, he's got Nelson Cruz and Avi Garcia. Bench, he's got Paul DeJong, Kevin Newman, Eric Hosmer, Nico Goodrum, Randall Grichuk, Cole Calhoun, Hanser Alberto, and Martin Maldonado as his backup catcher, which I did think about drafting, but I decided not to. Starting pitching, he's got Patrick Corbin, Lucas Giolito, Hyunjin Ryu, Robbie Ray, Ross Stripling, Yanni Chirinos, J.A. Happ, and Josh James to round it out. So, obviously, as y'all can see, he's already has a player on the IL. Hunter Dozier did test positive for the corona Monday. So, he will have to struggle with that, unfortunately. Let's see. So, the areas Tyler is excelling in, that shortstop tandem, Bregman, Carlos Correa, Tim Anderson, that's a pretty good tandem right there, assuming they all stay healthy and hit to the potential they are at. JD Martinez, of course, that's a great outfielder. If Bryce Harper can ever, like I said, get back to his 280 days, he'll be terrific. Nick Castellanos, he is on a new team. He was with the Tigers. He's with the Reds now. So it will be interesting to see how he progresses there. His pitching, though, I think you should probably focus on pitching, Tyler. Aside from Patrick Corbin, who is, and Lucas Giolito, who we don't really know. I mean, he came out of nowhere and had a terrific year last year. Aside from those two guys, you don't really know what you're going to be getting. So I would look at beefing up your starting pitching, getting one or two more pitchers. But other than that, not too bad. I'm going to give this team a B-, Tyler. I'm going to give you a B-. Let me know what you think, buddy. Let me know what you think. All right, moving on to the Combolonators. This is another friend named Tyler, of course. So let's see what his team is. He's got Will Smith at catcher, Matt Olson, Ozzy Albies, Eugenio Suarez, Corey Seager, Garrett Hampson, Justin Turner, Christian Yelich, Michael Conforto, Michael Brantley, Brian Anderson, Andrew McCutchen. Ooh. And then utility, Christian Walker, Dansby Swanson. His bench, he's got Mark Canna, Nick Solik, Brandon Nemo, Evan White, Willie Adames, Dylan Carlson, and Travis Shaw. Pitching, he's got Mike Clevenger, Jack Flaherty, Aaron Nola, Jose Barrios, Max Fried, Kenta Maeda, Aaron Saval, Liam Hendricks, and Anthony Desclafani. So, obviously, right off the bat, the first thing I noticed, Tyler, your outfield, aside from Yelich and Michael Brantley, I do not like. I don't know how you feel about it, but I'll be honest with me, I do not like that outfield at all. I would definitely look at least getting one or two more players. I'm not a fan of Michael Conforto. Andrew McCutchen, he's not the NL MVP like he used to be. Brian Anderson, he was a rookie last year. He did all right. So, he would be fine as a fourth or fifth outfielder. I would definitely look at beefing up your outfield. But Ozzy Albies and Eugenio Suarez, Corey Seager, that's a pretty nice infield right there. Nice little combo. Starting pitching-wise, Mike Clevenger, like I said, it's a little risky for me. I wouldn't want him as my number one. But you did say you're a big fan of him, of course. So I'll give you that. Oh, yeah. I do. I got their text messages to see what they say. All right, let me tell y'all what Tyler, the swinging and banging guy, said about his team. So I asked him these two questions. I said, what is the pick you are most happy of? And then what is the pick you are most leery of? So he said, Bryce Harper sliding to me in the third round was kind of a shocker. Who wouldn't be happy with that considering it added more power potential to his already stacked outfield? This is his opinions. And then the pick he's most leery of is Avi Garcia. He knows we had the DH in the National League, but questions remain his swing. Has it improved since his dismal spring training? Those are both very fair. For me, it'd be your pitching, which I would be most leery of. But other than that, that is him. And then the other Tyler, the Combolonators. Let's see. He said the pick he was most happy of was Max Fried. I think he'll break out this year, which if you think someone's going to break out, then obviously you better draft him. And then the most leery of is going to be Garrett Hampson. So much upside, he just has to put it together. I did have Garrett Hampson last year, and he did pretty good. Pretty good. He did all right towards the end of the year. But his first half, he did struggle a little bit. So like I said, Clevenger, Flaherty, they probably will be fine. Jose Barrios, he's a solid number 4. Aaron Nola, I'm not a fan of Aaron Nola. Max Fried, he thinks he's going to be a breakout this year, so good for him. Kenta Maeda, I wanted Kenta Maeda, so I am kind of upset you drafted him, and I did want Desclafani as well. So let's see. I'll give you a B. Your pitching, if they all work out, it will be pretty good. But like I said, I definitely think you need to upgrade that outfield right away. That would be my main area that I would upgrade for you. And then we're moving on to the coughing COVID creepers. What is that? I think coughing COVID creepers. My friend Josh. So let's see what he drafted. He's got Salvador Perez as his catcher, Pete Alonso, Keston Hiura, Max Muncy, Jonathan VR, Jorge Polanco. And his outfield consists of Cody Bellinger, Jorge Slayer, Max Kepler, David Dahl, Willie Calhoun. Then he's got Shin-Soo Choo, Tommy La Stella, Nick Senzel. And then, dude, what did you do, Josh? Where are all your people's faces? So his bench, he's got Nick Madrigal, who's a prospect, by the way, for the White Sox. Omar Narvaez, Kyle Seager, Sam Hilliard, and Monte Harrison. His pitching, he's got Justin Verlander, Charlie Morton, Luis Castillo, Tyler Glasnow, Zach Gallen, Herman Marquez, Dylan Cease, Kirby Yates, Jesus Luzardo, Corbin Burns, and Nate Pearson. Josh, why are you drafting people who don't have faces? Come on, bro. So, let's see. What did he have to say about his team? All right, so the pick he was most happy of, Jesus Luzardo, and I'm not surprised about that. He's a big fan of him. I don't know why. We've never really seen this guy pitch in the majors, but for some reason Josh loves him. And then the pick he's most leery of is Jonathan VR, which I don't think you need to worry about that much. He's playing with the Marlins. He's going to play every day. He's going to rack up whatever hits, RBIs, and home runs the Marlins are going to get from him. So you should be fine. You took him really late too, of course, because obviously he fell to you because no one wanted him. So you should be fine, Josh. Your outfield. I don't like your outfield. Aside from Cody Bellinger, that outfield isn't very good to me. But I do like Pete Alonso. I do like Jorge Polanco. I don't know, man. Actually, Josh, the more I'm looking at it, the more I dislike your team, buddy. I'm sorry, but I'm not liking it too much. And then you're starting pitching Justin Verlander, Charlie Morton. I did look at Charlie Morton. Luis Castillo, good pitcher. Tyler Glasnow, Zach Gallen, another good pitcher. Herman Marquez, Dylan Cease, Kirby Yates, Luzardo, Corbin Burns, Nate Pearson. I don't even know who those two guys are. So, your pitching is good. It's definitely better than your batters. But I'm gonna give you a C plus, buddy. I don't know what happened. I don't know if you just weren't in it this year, but I expect better from you, Josh. All right. Josh top, Tyler bottom. That is going to be our friend Timo. Let's see. So he's got Wilson Contreras at catcher, Anthony Rizzo, Gleyber Torres, Nolan Arenado, Didi Gregorius, Luis Arias, Manny Machado, Juan Soto, Giancarlo Stanton, Scott Kingery, Alex Verdugo, Malik Smith, Tommy Edman, Miguel Andujar. His bench, he's already got a lot of people on his IL. He's got Renato Nunez, Austin Hayes, Mike Yastrzemski, Yoenis Cespedes, Garrett Cooper, Will Myers, and AJ Pollock. And as you can see, he's already got Jordan Alvarez and Luis Urias on the IL. Pitching, he's got Shane Bieber, Frankie Montes, Corey Kluber, Lance Lynn, Luke Weaver, Joe Musgrove, Mitch Keller, Ken Giles, and Julio Urias. So first thing off the bat, Timo, you've got some pretty good batters, at least that first part. Contreras, I did want Contreras as my catcher. Contreras, Rizzo, Torres, Arenado, Gregorius, I think he's going to bounce back. Juan Soto, that is a really good first 5 or 6 players right there. If Giancarlo Stanton stays healthy, you got a great player in there. Let's see. Anyone else sticks out to me? No, outfield, you could probably use one more outfielder, of course, as that kind of seems to be the theme, is everyone could probably use one more outfielder. There's so many of them, you never know which one's going to be good. Starting pitching, that is, I think, the area you are lacking the most. Outside of Shane Bieber, and if Frankie Montes comes back like he was before he got suspended for PEDs, that should hold down your rotation. Corey Kluber, is he going to throw a 5.0 ERA this year? Or is he going to go back to his 3.2 days? We'll see. Lance Lynn, a little risky. And then, of course, Luke Weaver, Joe Musgrove, Mitch Keller. Not big fans of them, but you did. Luke Weaver, he might be able to bounce back this year. He did do really good at the end of the year. I am going to give you... I'm leaning towards a B or B+. I really like your batters here and your pitching. If these 3 guys can really be the ace that you want, I'm going to go ahead and give you a B+, Timo. That's a really good team. I think you did a good job, especially at the turn. He was pick 10, so that definitely isn't an easy pick. So I definitely think he nailed picking at pick 10 at the turn. He said Jordan is the most leery of, obviously, with just how mysterious his absence is, with being on the IL. And the most pumped he was to get Bieber and Frankie Montas. He actually took Frankie Montas earlier than I would have. Well, yeah, earlier than I would have because I was hoping most people wouldn't remember him. So that is a little unfortunate he did get him. Moving on to Andre, team of free agents. He's got Yasmani Grandal at the catcher, Josh Bell first base, Ketel Marte, Jose Ramirez, Trevor Story, DJ LeMahieu, and he's technically not on the IL anymore. He's recovered from his coronavirus. Eduardo Escobar, then outfield Mookie Betts, Marcelo Zuna, Brian Reynolds, Corey Dickerson, Trent Grisham, Gene Segura, Howie Kendrick. Then his bench consists of Starlin Castro, Daniel Murphy, David Fletcher, Travis d'Arnaud, Nicky Lopez, and Victor Reyes. And he does have Austin Meadows on the IL. Pitching, he's got Zach Greinke, Mike Soroka, Mike Minor, Brendan McKay, Jake Odorizzi, Marco Gonzalez, Jordan Montgomery, Carlos Martinez, and Taylor Rogers. So first thing that sticks off to me, I wanted Zach Greinke. But having Zach Greinke as your ace instead of pitcher number 3, that does seem pretty risky, Andre. So I definitely don't like your pitching at all. I think you're really gonna struggle right there, so that might give you fits. However, though, Josh Bell, that is a good pick. Ketel Marte, I think he's going to turn around this year. Trevor Story, DJ LeMahieu, I like them. He did get Mookie Betts, Brian Reynolds, who did great last year. Howie Kendrick, I really like Howie Kendrick. He's got a solid, I do like your bench players. You got a solid bench players, Andre, but that pitching is really going to hold you down. So I'm going to give you, I'm going to give you a C+, just like Josh. Your batters are really good. Don't get me wrong. I would love to have Josh Bell or Mookie Betts, but that pitching is really gonna affect you. So yeah, you're gonna get a C+ from me, but that is your time to go out and prove me wrong. Moving on to the Fireballers, aka my brother. All right, Kyle, let's see how you did. He's got Christian Vasquez, Yuli Gurriel, Jose Altuve, Vlad Jr., Xander Bogaerts, Whit Merrifield, Yoan Moncada, Mike Trout, Tommy Pham, Ramon Laureano, Lourdes Gurriel, J.D. Davis, Danny Santana, and Marwin Gonzalez. His bench, he's got Luke Voigt, Adam Frazier, John Birdie, G-Man Choi, Kurt Suzuki, and Chris Taylor. His starting pitching, poor guy. He's got Walker Buehler, Chris Paddock, Sonny Gray, Zach Wheeler, Eduardo Rodriguez, Miles Mikolas, Marcus Stroman, Ryan Yarbrough, Jeff Samardzija, and Tanner Roark. So unfortunately, Marcus Stroman tore his calf or partially torn his calf either today or yesterday. So there goes Marcus Stroman for quite a while. Eduardo Rodriguez is fighting back from the corona. So already Kyle's going to be struggling with his starting pitching. His batters, he's got a lot of people who will give you a good batting average. Yuli, Jose Altuve, Xander, Whit Merrifield, Moncada, Mike Trout. So his batters, he's got spaced out in between. Of course, he's got both Gurriel brothers, so maybe you should change your name to the Gurley brothers. But other than that, man, I want to give you a B, but because you're starting pitching, I'm going to go to a B minus. If both of these guys were healthy, you'd probably be at a B, but I'm going to go ahead and give you a B minus this year. But it's unlucky. I mean, it's unlucky Marcus Stroman hurt his calf. So there's nothing he can do about that. The pick he was most happy of, obviously, would be Mike Trout, getting him at 3. He also was really happy he got Altuve as he did want an Astro this year. And then let me see, the pick he's most leery of. The pick he was most leery of was Mike Trout because he wasn't sure if he was going to play this year or not. But actually, he just made a statement saying he was going to play earlier in the day. So that will make Kyle a lot happier now. We're almost done. Moving on to our final 3 teams. We got home of the Freeland, Reed. And his team consists of Gary Sanchez, Paul Goldschmidt, Brandon Lowe, Matt Chapman, Francisco Lindor, Trey Turner, Ryan McMahon, Charlie Blackmon, George Springer, Franmil Reyes, Adam Eaton, Aaron Hicks. Utilities got Chris Davis. Then he's got CJ Cron, Nomar Mazara, Matt Carpenter, Jonathan Scope, Sean Murphy, and Anthony Santander. And remember, this was the guy who, unfortunately, his draft glitched, and he took Wilman Candelario. So that does kind of suck for him. Starting pitching, he's got Carlos Carrasco, James Paxton, Dinelson Lamet, Mike Fulton-Evans, Caleb Smith, Dylan Bundy, Pablo Lopez, Josh Hader, Garrett Richards, Alex Wood, and Reynaldo Lopez. Boy, so he's definitely got a lot of pitching. Now, are they good pitchers? In my opinion, not really. Aside from Carlos Carrasco, who is even a question mark to begin with. So your starting pitching isn't good. He spent early on Gary Sanchez, of course, to take the catcher. He did get auto-picked, actually, too, his first 2 picks. So he got Francisco Lindor and Trey Turner. So he does have probably the best 2 shortstops in the game. So, of course, that's great. But other than that, his outfield, Charlie Blackmon, George Springer, they should hold it down best of their ability that they can. But this isn't a very good team either. I'm actually going to give this team a C-, a C, probably a C-. I'm just not feeling this team at all. He's probably going to need to look at trade. You might not want to trade one of those shortstops, but you probably should look at trading one of those shortstops and trying to get some better pitching, because just having a lot of pitchers doesn't make up for bad pitchers. All right, moving on to my friend Aaron. That is going to be the Mamu Bangers, or like I like to call him, Momo, to make fun of him. We got Wilson Ramos at the catcher spot, Rhys Hoskins, Mike Moustakas, Anthony Rendon, Javi Baez, Marcus Semien, Edwin Encarnacion, Ronald Acuna, Eddie Rosario, Joey Gallo, Oscar Mercado, Justin Upton, Ahmed Rosario, Kyle Tucker, Ryan Braun, Cesar Hernandez, Colton Walk, Nick Ahmed, Yasiel Puig, who isn't even on a team, Aaron, and Dan Vogelbach. His starting pitching, he's got Steven Strasburg, Blake Snell, Brandon Woodruff, Trevor Bauer, Madison Bumgarner, Matthew Boyd, Masahiro Tanaka, Roberto Osuna, John Gray, and Andrew Heaney. I like to call him Andrew Heaney. So, starting pitching, I really wanted Madison Bumgarner. I wanted Tanaka just because he was on the IL. I think I'd be able to throw him in there on the bench and wait for him to come back healthy. So I do like that. Trevor Bauer, we'll see if he can come back to being a good pitcher, because last year was not a good year for him. Blake Snell, it's the same thing. Not a good year for Blake Snell, who, did he win the Cy Young? I don't think he won the Cy Young, but he was in the running for the Cy Young a couple years back. So, is starting pitching, if Blake Snell and Trevor Bauer come back to their full potential, and Madison Bumgarner does what he should with his new team in the Diamondbacks, that's some pretty good starting pitching, Aaron. As far as your batters go, I think that's where you could use some help. Of course, Acuna is great. Anthony Rendon should be good. Hold on, what's this day-to-day? Well, why is he day-to-day? Oblique. He won't play opening day against the Athletics on Friday. Well, that sucks for you, buddy, as you're already struggling with an oblique, and that's pretty much going to linger the whole season. Joey Gallo, you love Joey Gallo hitting tanks. His outfield is actually really good, though. Aside from Joey Gallo and Justin Upton, that's a pretty good outfield spot. Yasiel Puig, bro, you got to drop him. He's not on a team, so just a tip. And let's see what he said about his team. It's not a bad team. I do like that. I'm leaning towards a B for you, buddy. Let's see. All right, so the pick he was most happy of was Anthony Rendon at the end of the second round, as he was hoping he would fall to him. Hopefully Rendon is healthy and is able to play the next week, or else that's going to be the one you're most upset of. Most leery is Justin Upton as his 5th outfielder because of injury history, and he needs him to produce. He's your 5th outfielder. I wouldn't be too upset about it. You could probably eventually find another outfielder who's in the bench right now to take over for that if Justin Upton doesn't succeed like he should. But I'm going to go ahead and give you a B, mainly for your upside. Your pitching upside is really good, so hopefully they'll stick around and finish it off. And our last player, we got Trash Can Bangers. That is our friend Tanner. Let's take a look at his team. This is actually the first year we played fantasy baseball with him. As everyone else, we played for quite a few years. So he's got JT Realmuto, Carlos Santana, Gavin Lux, who actually did not make the opening day roster for the Dodgers, Rafael Devers, Fernando Tatis Jr., Bo Bichette, Miguel Sano, Eloy Jimenez, Kyle Schwarber, Byron Buxton, Hunter Renfroe, and Austin Riley. He's got Michael Chavez, Gio Urshela. In his bench, he's got Victor Robles, Rudy Odor, Brett Gardner, Andrelton Simmons, Austin Nola, and as you can see, Shohei Ohtani. Starting pitching, he's got Garrett Cole, Clayton Kershaw, Ohtani, of course, Dallas Keuchel, Jose Urquidy, Kevin Gausman, Johnny Cueto, Aroldis Chapman, Brandon Workman, Craig Kimbrell, and Kenley Jansen. So first off, Tanner, you can drop all those relief pitchers. You only need one, and you can only put one in your relief pitcher slot anyways, so not sure what you were thinking. Just a heads up. Other than that, your starting pitching is good. You know, Garrett Cole, Kershaw, Ohtani, Dallas Keuchel. Like, I like that starting pitching. That's a good starting pitching core. But get rid of them relief pitchers, buddy. You don't need them. Let's see, your infield. You know, of course, Gavin Lux. Unfortunately, he didn't make the opening day roster, but he should be up soon. Fernando Tatis, I really wanted him. Bo Bichette, I definitely really wanted him too. You did take early for J2 Realmuto, which should help your team. Your outfielders, definitely not looking too good. Aside from Eloy Jimenez, I'm not a fan of Schwarber. I'm not a fan of Buxton. I'm not a fan of Hunter Renfroe. Austin Riley, he did great when he got called up, but he definitely cooled off some. So you're really going to need some outfield help for sure. But, man, I'm probably going to have to give you a C+ because I don't really know what you're doing with the relief pitchers. That's really going to hurt your team. But once you get rid of them and actually get actual people who can, be in your lineup, you'll be fine. All right, my friends, let me know what y'all think, of course. I do think my team was really good. Like, no, biases aside, I do really like this team. Like I said, I think my shortstop can be a little bit better. I wouldn't mind a better third baseman. And, of course, I do have Chris Bryant, so, I can move him there. But I wouldn't mind a better third baseman. Maybe another outfielder or two, another starting pitching. But, of course, that's every draft. But I definitely do like this team. And I will keep y'all updated throughout the season as we go. Just to, let y'all know what is going on. How is our draft team actually doing? Next Sunday, we will go back to fantasy football as we will begin with our running back rankings looking at 24 through 13. So make sure you come back next Sunday. This has been Wade with Tongue Sky Gaming Sports. Don't forget to put God above all. I'll see you next time.